guys, right now on social media, there's a whole tirade of posts and videos being shown of Zion Williamson going around and approaching different girls, for example, offering to pay their rent, pay their lifestyle. But it's funny because this same individual, NBA player, very successful, also is dating a stripper. He got pregnant. Now, I'm not one to judge people for what they date. However, his level of, like, I guess, achievement and success to be dating these type of women does lead to, you know, a perception that it's not that good. So
it could be problematic. So long story short, NBA player, superstar, gets a stripper pregnant. Girls that he was seeing before that have big platforms on Instagram that are OnlyFans models, etc., see that he posts this girl that's pregnant. They're like, what the fuck? So they put him on blast saying, look at all this shit he was doing for me. He was tricking on me. He had a whole other girlfriend. So by him not being honest and getting the stripper pregnant, sharing that photo, the other girls felt some type of way and exposed him. Does that all make sense?
Give him my number.
Huh?
Give him my number.
Fair enough. But does that make sense for everybody?
Yes.
All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and show a thing here on Instagram. And it goes, Ryan Mills called out Zion Williamson, okay? And this guy, if I'm not mistaken, played for Duke. He was a star for them for a while. Yeah, see, I don't even want to see. Now New Orleans Pelicans in the NBA. Okay, so we'll run this clip real quick, and we'll get the ladies' thoughts on it. Go ahead.
Zion Williamson, he just found out he's having a baby girl in this video. Very innocent, right? Wrong. You know who this is? If you do, Astaghfirullah! Mariah Mills called out Zion saying, I let you in my mouth last week when we... You could have told me you had another pregnant. How is that going to work moving both of us in New Orleans? You think I would have found out?
And then here's the article here as well.
Okay. Zion Williamson exposed by adult film star after announcing that he is expecting a child. So you can see here Snapchat conversation.
When you move, how much do you expect me to pay you a month? But I'm super excited.
And that's the same girl that we just talked about that claimed that he busted her mouth. All right. And he goes, and I guess she gives him the number, how much she needs. Yeah. Then he says, bet, which is slang for I agree. I don't have a girlfriend, but if I moved you to New Orleans, would you be cool with be like my official, they blurted it out, but I'm assuming woman
or girl?
Just asking so I know how to go about the situation with respect. So he actually told her that he doesn't have a girlfriend, which was a lie.
Which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So now this girl obviously is trying to really embarrass him, and she tweets, and this is the tweet that we read out before about, I let you, spit in my mouth. Okay. She goes, end quote from Mariah Mills goes, I let you spit in my mouth last week when we fucked. You could have told me you had another whore pregnant. How was that going to work moving us both to New Orleans? You think I would have found out? I think she means would have found out.
Her insult was what? Slut shaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so ladies, what are your guys' thoughts on this? I mean, some of you guys, most of you said that you would not prefer your son to deal with a sex worker or a woman that comes from that industry. Does this change your opinion or give you another thought process? I guess we could start here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we'll start here and you'll come next. What are your thoughts after seeing this?
And keep in mind, there's more girls that came out as well.
Yeah.
But once again, his reputation is he's a successful NBA player.
Yeah.
That was being shown in public with these type of women. So
he wasn't dating the stripper. He just got her pregnant, or he was dating her.
He was seeing both of them.
Yeah.
What about you? What are your thoughts on this?
I think the decision also reflects on the man, right? Like you said, he's been known to associate himself with these kind of women already.
Well, yeah, now for sure.
Now,
definitely,
because he's been exposed.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
The question before was asking if I was going to advise my son. That's someone personal to me.
Yes.
Right. So that changes perspectives, because honestly, I don't care if people do OnlyFans. I don't care if you do sex work if I'm not associated to you. The whole topic in itself, it doesn't interest me in the sense of, I get it. He knows what he's doing. Sure, he got caught by it because it was sloppy and ended up happening. That's his life, right? So I don't think it really changes my perspective, because he's not my son.
If anything, it affirms it.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. So it affirms where you stand.
Yes.
Okay. Which your stance was no.
Intelligente.
Okay. What about you? Does it affirm where you stand, or does it make you question things? Or and we got almost 12,000 watching for the audience out there. Just so you guys know, we're gonna read 20 and up Rumble rants from here, but I'll read all the ones that came through before. So don't worry, we're gonna get to it here.
Like the video, guys.
But like the video and subscribe on Rumble, motherfuckers.
Please share.
Sorry, go ahead.
I lost my train of thought. What was the question again?
The question was, after seeing that video, does that affirm your stance, or does it weaken it, or do you change your mind, or what do you think?
your thoughts on this whole
My
scenario?
thoughts is just questions. Like, why does this matter?
No, because that could be your son.
Oh, that's definitely not okay. Yeah, it just affirms, it strengthens my ideas.
Okay.
Did you smoke before coming on the show?
You did, huh?
High as
No,
fuck, mate.
no, I didn't. I'm overworked and underpaid. But no, I
Oh.
didn't.
You should
Get on
start
OnlyFans.
then.
All right. What about you? I know you had something you wanted to say, right?
I'm sorry. My gut reaction is, what an asshole for being a liar. You know, like that's my initial. Like,
Mhm.
why are you lying to people in general?
Mhm.
I think that the way that she handled it was in poor taste. But you can't blame her for being upset about him lying. So, I think for me, there are all sorts of different people in the world who do all sorts of different things. You know, a lot of us here at the table are sex workers,
Mhm.
and we're all different and would handle situations differently.
Okay.
So, I mean, like he chose a bad somebody who clearly needs to work on themselves. I think he chose wrong. You know what I mean? I'm
Okay.
sorry, I didn't word that very well, but like somebody like me, I would never do that. Like no matter how dirty you did me, I like just out of respect, like for people, like I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put somebody on blast like
Do
that.
you think
publicly.
women in your industry would exercise that same noble behavior, though?
I think that there are women who wouldn't. Clearly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's yeah.
So, knowing that in good faith, would you still want your son to get with a sex worker as a professional athlete, knowing that she can literally tarnish his reputation anytime?
I mean, that's a good point, but how many people are taking her seriously versus him seriously?
It's
You
not
know what I mean?
about her being taken seriously. I think it's that she can cause drama outside of the competitive arena, like she was describing before.
Totally. But anybody, I mean, like if let's say it was a girlfriend who didn't do sex work, she could have gone public with it too. You know, if you're cheating, you're cheating. And one of the girls or many of the women.
What sounds worse though? Your girlfriend that no one knows saying, hey, he went and fucked another bitch like Kobe Bryant's wife, or your wife that is like Kim Kardashian who was sucking dick on camera
Yeah,
with Ray
but
J.
how big of an OnlyFans creator is this woman?
She's huge.
Is she?
Pretty big, yeah.
She's
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the whole reason this thing is even going viral is because she put him on blast.
Oh, because she has so many followers and things like
There you go,
that.
yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
So-
But you know, there's so many things to take into consideration, right?
Many
So,
factors.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then he's a big star in NBA, and then she has obviously a big platform too.
Yeah.
And then I got another video actually to play here in a second. But what are your thoughts on that video? Does it reaffirm? Does it affirm your stance, or do you still not care, or what are your thoughts?
I just think maybe he needs to take some kind of like, what's the word? Oh, sorry. Some kind of like
Accountability.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
For his actions. I don't really know why we're talking about the girls. Like
Okay.
he's the one who's lied and cheated. You know what I mean?
Okay. So it's on him for lying in the first place.
Yeah.
What about you?
It affirms what I said. Because like,
And just to remind the audience, you said no for sex workers.
yeah, because like, why do we need to know all of that? Why would you post on social media that you just spit or whatever she said? Like, why do we need to know that? And on top of that, it's like your family. I'm my mother, like I'm the mother, like I'm looking at that shit. I don't want to see that. Like as far as like my parents wouldn't want to see that. Like,
Okay.
you know, I just feel like that's
Do you think due to her being a sex worker and not and being desensitized to shame that she was able to make that tweet more freely?
Yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, it's because of like the work that she's in. She's used to stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she's probably kind of fed up type.
Yeah.
And that goes back to like what she was saying, basically like on like dating and stuff like that. She just probably just tired of dating men and like getting the same thing. So I wouldn't say it's her fault, but I would say I would be mad at my son for messing with her because it wouldn't have been out. Everything is publicized now. So it's like,
I've noticed when sex workers get not all, but when some of them get like treated badly by a guy, they're okay with going to the internet and airing out dirty laundry.
absolutely.
Because if you can have sex on camera, well, it's not that bad to go ahead and say a bunch of verbal things on camera
Right,
that could destroy the guy that you're with's reputation.
right.
So
It's kind of irrelevant that she's a sex worker though now.
Yeah, I agree. So
you don't think it's relevant that she was a sex worker?
No.
Why not?
Because like it's him that's cheated. Like why are we talking about what the girl does?
Well, he technically didn't
remember,
cheat
she's
because
only,
at the beginning,
her platform is only big because she's a sex worker. Is the point?
No, but that could be anyone.
but at the beginning he asked her like how much, like at the beginning she posted it online. Did you see that?
Yeah, but surely anyone could post it online, like no matter if you do sex work or not.
But
Okay,
you just
so
asked why does it
imagine,
matter
right,
if she is a sex
You're
worker?
from the UK.
Yes.
Let's say, for example, what's a good example? Let's say KSI, right?
Yeah.
He's from the UK. He boxes for a living now, pretty much, and some videos here and there. Let's say he got exposed with a sex worker. Would that make any impact for you or no? Because you would think his brand is okay, funny, makes people laugh, very interactive with the public, not really fucking whores.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense or no?
I'm lost.
I think she's thinking about your cock.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
You don't think it affects the image of the person? That's the whole wraparound of this.
No. I'm too
don't feel
horny
like-
right now to think.
Oh my god.
Okay. We'll just move on then. All right. And for you?
My turn. Okay. So, what you were talking about the KSI thing then. So I have OnlyFans, but I also have TikTok, and I've got a lot of fans, even girls, and I make them laugh. I'm funny. They like me. So whether you do sex work or not.
Yeah, I mean, let's keep it 1,000. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at
Anyway,
like,
I might not make you laugh, but I make everyone else laugh. But yeah, anyways, moving on to the situation. So you're saying that because she does OnlyFans, she's got a lot of publicity. She made this go viral, etc. I don't know if you've heard of a footballer in England called Mason Greenwood. He had a girlfriend. She didn't have that much clout. She's obviously known because she dates him. She then put on social media that he raped, blah 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 blah. Like he got sent to court for it, was going to go to prison, etc. She doesn't do sex work. She's not really like. She doesn't have a massive account or whatever.
Yeah.
That went public. Everyone knows. Like it destroyed his career. He got let off from Manchester United football, and obviously that ruined his career. He's now back with her anyway. So. He's back with her now.
yeah, so you're saying a regular girl is capable
a
of
regular
destroying
girl
a
is
guy
still
too.
capable
Absolutely.
of it. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that a girl that's involved in sex work that can have sex on camera with thousands, if not millions, of horny men watching, jacking off to her, is not going to have the same reservations about posting things on the internet than a regular girl would. So it'll mitigate the risk. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of. But I do feel like
Both are capable.
there is psycho
Both
bitches
are.
that are just average girls.
Of course, there always is. But I would argue that women that are involved in sex work have a higher likelihood of being a psycho bitch.
Because they don't care.
Mm-hmm.